Hi, this is Rachel Cipriano coming to you again from Magnificent Resilience. This is Thanksgiving week, and we're going to go over some important principles of wisdom today, besides the obvious one of how important Thanksgiving is and having a grateful body, soul, and spirit. The first proverb is humility comes before honor. And the corresponding converse of that is pride comes before a fall. So what is that defining difference between humility and pride? Humble people are grateful people. They recognize that they're not where they are all because of their own efforts. They may be very talented and hardworking, and that's wonderful. But I think anyone who's done something great knows they didn't get there 100% because of their own efforts. I can tell you from my own life, I had to be taken through a stripping process. We oftentimes need to be stripped of pride. When I was younger, because I came from a background where so much of what I was going to do was dependent upon me, I didn't have great family support. It's not that I had no family support, but definitely I had some major hoops to go through. I was with an aunt by the time I was 15 years old. I was out of that home before I was 18 years old. So I really had to have resilience for those challenges. But because of that, I became someone who inadvertently became prideful. I received scholarships for both my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, and had those degrees by the time I was 23 years old. And if you would have asked me, I really believed it was all because of my hard work and efforts. Yes, I could tell you the financial aid officer had made a big difference in my life at the university and things of that nature, but deep down, I held a deep sense that I had been ripped off, that everything had come down to what I had to do. I had to do all kinds of responsibilities that my peers didn't have to. In many cases, that was just the truth. They had families who supported them through college, and they had, family dinners, and my life wasn't like that. So yes, there were things that were different than my peers. However, along the way, I had so many unexpected supports and blessings, it wasn't even funny. But I worked very hard. I was president of the National Honor Fraternity at my university. I was chosen outstanding new member, and on, so on and so forth. None of it means anything to me now, but at the time it meant everything. It meant that I thought I was the big cheese. Well, I love the funny quote from the late, great Chris Farley when he said, "You might think you're going to go out there and grab the world by the tail and put it in your pocket." Boy, did I think so. And just like what he said, I got humbled and found out I didn't amount to jack squat. But actually, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It really was. I needed to be humbled to come to that place of honor. My pride came before my fall. But that stripping process where we lose the pride can position us for greater legacy than we ever could have had if we remained prideful. I think we all know prideful people. They can be insufferable and arrogant and hard to deal with. You wonder sometimes how they get their egos through the room. So I'm so grateful that I was humble. It wasn't easy. It was very painful at times. It wasn't anything I would have ever expected. But embrace that opportunity to learn humility. Obviously, it's always better to learn it willingly because life will bring it. I don't know how many prideful people I can tell you about who their lives are now coming towards the ends, and they've been a profound disappointment, and they don't even know why. That's another Characteristic of prideful people, nothing's ever their fault or responsibility. However, life doles out penalty for that kind of pride. It leads to the fall. So embrace humility. Embrace a grateful heart, not just for this week, for every single minute, hour, and day of the year. And you just watch the honor you experience. Rachel Cipriano with Magnificent Resilience. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving week.